What did I drop? Nikki Master. I haven't started my pull-ups yet. I'm still warming up my shoulders. I've been beating up my shoulders quite massively in the last couple workouts. So my plan is I might not make it to 150 pounds today because I'm going to wear myself. I'm going to go all out right in the beginning, trying to get as many pull-ups as I can in 1 minute. And I'm not going to do it for total reps, where I would space myself out over a minute. Instead, I'm going to do one set where I try to do as many pull-ups as I can. It's probably going to be around 30 pull-ups or more, and then I'm going to shake it off, and I'm going to see how many more I can get in a minute. And then I'm going to start the weighted pull-ups. Probably start with 50 pounds on my waist, then 100, and then go up to 150. If I can't do 150, I'm going to go down to 125. That's the plan for tonight. Throw in some rows and some back extensions in between. I'm going to warm up a little bit with my back extensions, as well as just getting some shoulder mobility and yeah, I'm feeling that in my right shoulder in particular. I can feel my right shoulder is all right. I'm quite good at pull-ups to the point where bodyweight pull-ups they're okay. I still get some hypertrophy with them, but even then, like weighted pull-ups, it'll help you get stronger, right? Like I might at 150 pounds, I might only be able to do 2 reps, whereas at like 100 pounds, I might be able to do 8. As opposed to get a lot of the hypertrophy I need with just my body weight, I'd have to do hundreds and hundreds of pull-ups to get there, which I've done, and occasionally I'll see how many pull-ups can I do in an hour. Yeah, but even whether you're doing weighted or non-weighted, you gotta be kind to your rotator cuffs. If you're pulling too hard, you can sort of grind your rotator cuffs on the way up. If you're trying to always get to failure, it's hard on the body. I'm gonna warm up with this, get my body really going, and then I'm gonna stick on a timer, and then I'm just gonna go. And then I'll probably be quite dead for the rest of the workout. Well, anything that you do a lot of you're going to become better at it. So I'm good at pull-ups, but I might not be as good at, compared to other people my body weight, at other things. I also weigh 190 pounds right now. All right, so I want to go this way. Okay. Not going hard yet. Three reps with 70 pounds. That's half your body weight too, dude. That's pretty good. How many pull-ups do you think I can do in a minute? I actually don't know. I suspect I'm going to be not satisfied with whatever number I get. But I'm going to do it today when my shoulders are very tired. And then another day when I'm feeling a little bit better, I'll try it again. And I'll see what the difference is between those two workouts. Yeah, I'm debating how much I want to care about my form, right? Whether I want to just start going or if I want to actually contract and not use momentum. All right, so I'm gonna catch my breath. Because a minute's a long time to do pull-ups. And once you get near failure, then you're just, you have the lactic acid for every other rep that you do. It's like people who do high intensity cardio, but actually do like most people when they do high intensity cardio, they do moderate or they do interval training. High intensity cardio is you go all out for a minute to 5 minutes, like a minute to 3 minutes, and you're on the floor praying for death. And yeah, like just that alone could take more out of you than an hour workout. Well, I'm gonna hope for 30 pull-ups in a row. That's my plan. I'm hoping to get 30 pull-ups in a row. Um, Maybe I might only be able to get 25. Not sure. This is gonna be fun. All right, I'm gonna do one more. All right. 1 minute. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go do my pull-ups in 1 minute. I'm gonna get my clock ready. So how are you doing tonight? Glad you could join me tonight. Vanda, how's it going? In about 1 minute, I'm gonna go try to push myself and do as many pull-ups as I can. I'm gonna set a timer for 1 minute, and I'm gonna do as many pull-ups as I can. But I'm gonna try to do as many in one set as I can before I stop, and then I'll rest, shake it off, and keep going. Yeah, it's not that hot here right now, but I am a heat box myself, and it's good. Like my apartment is going to just heat up throughout my workout. Happens every time. I'm back in my living room. I have a workout room. That thing just gets sweltering. All right, I'm gonna collect my breath. 30 seconds and go. I shouldn't have taken that sip of water. All right. All right. 3, 2. Shit. I'm gonna do it again. I am gonna do this thing backwards because I'm hitting my legs on this thing when I go fast. So, false alarm. Try this way. All right, yeah. I'm gonna do it this way because that's gonna be a problem. Even this is a little bit awkward. Here, my arms are gonna rub against this, but I'd rather do that than bang my junk into the bar. All right, so I'm gonna give it another minute. Yeah. When I do my weighted pull-ups, I have to do it backwards because the weights at my waist will hit this thing here. Oh, did my camera go to focus? I'll just stand here and wave. Well, my camera decided it hates me. Doesn't want to stay in focus. All right, there's my camera's back in. My camera's, yeah, I lost my focus, but all right, so now my camera's good. I'm gonna bring this thing out here because I don't wanna run around. All right. All right, I counted 35. What? Is that a minute already? Is that it? Was that only a minute? Huh. That felt like my timer was fast. I did one set, and then I looked down and there's 2 seconds left. Well, where's that? Yeah, I hit the button and it seems to work. Yeah, because I was just going, using momentum. I counted 35. Well, that didn't actually take as much out of me as I was hoping it would. I'm going to assume that was a minute, and I'll let my lats recover by doing back extensions. And then in the meantime, once I'm done, I'll maybe throw in some one-arm pull-ups. My camera hates my living room. Whenever I bring this up to my living room, it keeps going in and out of focus. Oh. I'll make faces at the camera until it decides to be good. So I think next time I'm gonna have to set it to 5 minutes. Man, I had myself all worked up for that, and I was quite lackluster. Uh, like, I do feel my lats now, but I don't like both. Well, if you're going wide, well, not wide, but you're doing like a neutral grip, or not a neutral grip, but like the regular pull-up, 90-degree elbows. If you go and if you push yourself to failure and have like sets where you squeeze your way, like you get up here and you squeeze really at the top, you should feel it in the lats. Oh, thanks for the follow, Alex. Is it Maxwell? I've never seen Maxwell with a K-E-S before. So like after that set, I'm feeling my lats right now. I'm feeling it right in here. Oh, yeah. Thanks for the follow there, Nicky Master. There's a Nick Y Master. I'm not sure. But yeah, since I started training, my whole with getting the V and getting the back becoming wider, it actually my armpits actually got bigger than they had been for most of my life. All right, next set. Doing homework. Good man. Oh, what subject? Yeah, I when I first started browsing Twitch, I saw there's quite a few people who use Twitch who will stream while they're working out. And it's like, and I thought that was a neat little idea. Where for the most part, you're not going to get a lot of people who watch those streams, but you'll just be there doing your homework. You don't care anyways. But occasionally you'll have a nice little interruption for just have someone to chat to once in a while. Take your mind off of the monotonous task in front of you. I do not envy you guys. I got my civil engineering degree, and I had the opportunity to go for a master's, but I was done. I took 160% of a full engineering course load for 3 years, and I got a 5-year degree in 3 years. And I was like, I am done school. I've had enough. I can't stomach it anymore. I want to live my life. I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna see if my lats have recovered enough to try some one-arm pull-ups next. It's getting hot in here already. Yeah. So next time, I will have to set the limit for 5 minutes instead of one. See how many pull-ups that I can do in 5 minutes. Well, I think one Like now that I'm thinking about it, 1 minute makes sense to do 35 pull-ups, right? Because that's like one pull-up less than every 2 seconds. 1, 2, 1, yeah. If I didn't use momentum on that set, I wouldn't have got anywhere close before the time ran out. All right. Honestly, I miss my old setup at the old place for pull-ups. It was just so easy. I just flick it on the door, and then I don't have anything in front of me. I have room. Or here, even to do one-arm pull-ups, all this stuff is in the way. But I may not be able to do them right now because my lats aren't fresh anymore. It's a lot easier to do them when you don't have any when you don't have any like lactic acid and you haven't fatigued yet. All right. I want to check something here. A slow song. I need a fast song. Maybe I could turn the. This might. I've never done it at this angle before, so that's. Let me try this. All right. I'm gonna try some one-arm pull-ups now. Emphasis on try. This thing's in the way. I was like keeping my body hollowed out with my legs really tight, and as I'm pulling, that bar hit my legs. I'm pulling, and this thing's pushing on me at the same time. Jeez. I'm gonna have to check those out later. If I was fresh now, I would do 5 minutes, see how many pull-ups I can do. But anything I do right now is probably going to be at least 20 pull-ups shy of what I would do fresh. I'm gonna do another one arm pull up soon. Ah! Oh, it's awkward. All right. So now I'm going to start adding some weights. I'll do another set of back extensions in between. Let my lats cool off. Those might not look like much, just doing one rep each side, but it takes a lot out of your lat. Because you're basically squeezing as hard as you can. Anything you feel, you squeeze it. So the gyms are opening back up here on Saturday. I'm getting my second vaccination shot on Monday, and then I figure I'll wait 2 weeks for the shot to kick in and hold, and then I'll start going to the gym again. Ooh. All right. So I'm going to do 50 pounds, 100 pounds. I'm going to do 2 reps, 50 pounds, 2 reps, 100 pounds, just to really warm up for heavier weight. I'm not trying to tax myself anymore. I'm just trying to prep the body. Let's start breaking out this boy here. Now this thing is starting to bother me as I'm tripping over it. Let's get it out of here. Ouch. Yeah. All right, let's start doing weighted pull-ups. Oh. 50 pounds just to prepare myself. Easy peasy. I'm only going to wait a minute, go to 100 pounds, then I'm going to wait a little bit longer because I might not be able to do 150 pounds today. But I'm going to give it my best shot. Tomorrow, I'm going to train legs. And then I haven't thought what I'm going to do Saturday, Sunday, Monday yet. All right, let's throw in 100 pounds and keep going. If I can't do 150 pounds today, I'll go for 125. Yeah, that felt more difficult than it should have. Oh well. My shoulders haven't fully recovered since my workout on Sunday. Sunday, I ended up doing a 4-hour workout stream where I was doing overhead presses, I was doing bench press, incline bench, um, and I was meaning to start winding down the stream, and then I got rated by Mike Fit. So suddenly I'm like, okay, I'm going all in again, doing handstand push-ups and stuff, and I've trained every day since then, except for yesterday. So I trained Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. No, I'm losing track. Yeah, so yesterday I didn't work out, um, but I was doing a little bit of shoulder. I was doing exercise that weren't focused on the shoulder, but shoulders involved. Monday, Tuesday, so my shoulders are still a little bit tired. Frowny face. What's the frowny face for, Mr. Vanda? Was it something in particular I said? Because my shoulders are taxed, but I'm not worried about it. I just, I'm just gonna do what I can today. But I'm gonna give myself a good 2 minutes, or is the frowny face from the crazies from studying? I used to get those. Go absolutely stir crazy, locked in a room for however long. So simply too deep. How's it going? I'm doing good. I had a little funny moment earlier on stream. So a while back, there was a viewer who was telling me about they were having these fitness Olympics on Twitch with a bunch of Twitch streamers, and then they were going to see how many pull-ups they could do. And I thought it was how many pull-ups they could do in 1 minute. But now that I'm thinking about it again, I think it might have been how many pull-ups that they could do in 5 minutes. And I think the highest was like 35. And for myself, I did. I talked myself up. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to show you what I can do. And I did 35 in one set. And then I stopped. I looked down. There's 2 seconds left. So I think I should have aimed for 5 minutes instead of two, or 5 minutes instead of one, because 1 minute is just one set. So anytime, if I can help, I'm glad to do what I can. So less than a minute, I'm going to give 150 pounds a good shot. If I can't do it, I will. Maybe I'll do it. Try neutral grip. I don't quite have like neutral grip would be here. I can't do that, so I'll have to grab on the frame. And it's a little bit wide, like wider than I'd prefer. But I think I'm going to try it with neutral grip first. That way I can sort of not not really take the exercise through where I fatigued it already. Okay, you're gonna have to send me that, or I'd imagine there should be an easy way that I could see clips of myself that people have made. I've uh, I've never seen any of that, so I'm actually quite a noob when it comes to Twitch. Even though I've been streaming for 6 months now. I started in January. I started January 1st. I have streamed about 200 hours in workouts. Sunday, Sunday after my 4-hour workout stream, I checked my analytics, and just about 200 hours of workouts since January, and that's not all my workouts either. For a good period of time there, I was working out Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the gym. So that's like 4.5 hours a week that wasn't getting put on there for maybe something like 6 weeks. But they'll have to send me that clip. I'm going to do my next set. I'm hoping that I can fit all this weight around my waist. Normally what I would do is I'd have 50, 50, 25, and I'd make up the rest in smaller plates. I just have 225, so they're pretty, yeah, I'll check that out later. But right now I want to catch my breath. I should get this way closer. I don't know what I'm listening to, but the song I'm listening to just literally said, "I have a vagina." That's what the hell is this song? Freaky Friday by Little Dicky? Is that what the song was? Yeah, that was, I have no idea what I'm listening to sometimes. It's on random playlists. My Way by, next song. La La Life. Alright, this'll do. $50, $50, $25, $25. Problem is my 25s are pretty thick. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I remember you posting that in my chat, but I don't think I ever, I think I ended up forgetting. Holy shit. This is awkward. Why does this feel so awkward? All right, I'm going to sit. Take my breath. Let's go. This is the moment where I could use ammonia. Something to make me mad, get the blood pumping. All right. It doesn't fit between my legs. This is awkward. I can't even waddle. Oh, this is uncomfortable. How's it neutral? Nope. I can't even move. Ugh. Wow. It makes a big difference with the thicker 25s on here. my junk. So I'm going down to 125. That was not great. So that was a little much. Oh. Yeah. I should make a point of when I'm asked a question to read out the question. That's something I should make a point of doing. That way later I could actually save that as a video, or at least I'd have the option to. So I'm going to give myself a couple minutes, go for 125, then I'm going to start pushing myself a little bit harder. Going to start lowering the weight a little bit, get more volume in, switch between pull-ups and rows. Oh. Yeah, there's a episode of Taskmaster that was put out today. It's an older episode. If you could have had access to it a long time ago if you watched it on British TV or if you just downloaded the thing, but it's on YouTube now from the official channel. And Taskmaster is the best show ever. It's a bunch of comedians all all completing random tasks throughout. Like sometimes they're throughout the year. Sometimes like they're at different places. Might be at a park, might be at a football stadium, and each comedian is completing the same task. And then after all the tasks have been completed, they bring them into the studio, and they will do a an item task where they bring in the best item of a certain category, and then they'll win points that way. And then they will, at the end of each episode, they will complete a task in the studio. Whereas they'll complete their item task, then they'll broadcast all the tasks that they've done, clip them all together, and then get judged on whose was the best. And it's hilarious. Like these are there's some pretty good comedians in there, and some people just lose their mind. Other people are damn geniuses when it comes to breaking the rules and getting away with it. All right, I'm gonna do my next set. I get rid of one of these 25 pounds. I love me my music. It makes every workout better. And even then, like I never danced in my life until I was 24. Always too self-conscious, um, and even then, I just didn't have very much interest in it. When I was 24, I started working out, and like 8 months later, I started partner dancing. So the rest is history. For me, it was all about lead and follow. Leading like follow, controlling their hips, controlling where they're stepping, controlling their body. But as you progress, you start learning the moves. Then a long time from then, you actually start listening to the music for the first time because you're so focused as a lead on what you're doing and trying not to screw up and trying to stay to the beat that you don't even have time to listen to the music. And so what happens first you're all figuring everything out and you're all in your own head. Then you start to listen to your partner, and then you're like, oh, I'm here, you're there. Okay, so now we can have a conversation with our connection, with our bodies. And then you realize, hey, there's music playing too, and hey, it's got hits on it. The music tells you what to do. It's like it's just awkward if you try to body roll when the song doesn't ask for it. But meanwhile, if you understand the music and you listen to the music, when you're dancing, if you have a partner, you make your partner feel as if they're dancing, right? Like when you're counting, if you typically come off on the one, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. If you know where that one is, you can always get your follow to start moving on the one, or do a hit on the one, and it feels like they're okay. So they're settling and 1. So 5 and 6 and 1. 7, 8 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 1. Except sometimes the count of the music and the count of the dance, sometimes the count of the dance only goes up to 6. So for a lot of dances, you're like 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Except when you're doing that, you have to understand where the one is on the music, and when you really progress with the dance, that's when the one of after the 6 and the one after the 8 of the music coincide. All right, next set. And by next set, I mean I'm just going to lift myself once, maybe twice. Oops. I can't find the hole. I crack myself up a little. Like, I giggle inside every time I say that. Maybe not giggle, it's more just ha. Right? So I'm like, huh, every time I say that. Alright. This feels a whole lot better. There was just too much weight between my legs in the last one. I just couldn't, it was just awkward. Now I'm begging myself. Okay. Ow, I hit my leg on the bar. That hurt. Maybe I'll try chin-ups. I pinched myself with the chain. So that was 125 pounds. Pinched myself, which sucked. I found I've actually bruised myself a lot more during my whole workouts than I ever have at the gym. All right. So I'm going to go down to 100 pounds next. Then I'm going to go to 50, and I'm just going to get some volume in. I'll do 50-pound weighted pull-up rows. 50-pound weighted pull-up rows. I think for my next back workout, I'm going to switch it up though. I think I'm not going to do any weighted. I think I'm not going to do any weighted pull-ups. I think I'm going to just try to do as many pull-ups as I can. Maybe aim for like a really high number, like 300 plus. Oh, there's a follow I missed. Il Pantalone Misconi. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but Misconi. Yeah, so in my very limited free time, I started playing a video game called Stardew Valley. I always have the opportunity to stream that if I like. I just when I played it, I was half awake and just sat there in bed. Spent a couple hours before bed. Honestly, I stayed up too late because of the game, but ooh. I don't know how to pose here. Ah. Oh. All right, next set. Did I say I was going to do 100 pounds? Or 125? I don't remember. Let's do 125. I think I said I was going to do 100. I'm going to do 125. And then I'm going to just do 50 pounds. 50, 50, 25. Come here, you. I should probably lower the camera a bit. I can't even see the weight on my waist. Man, it's tiring me out just carrying this weight around my waist. Ah. So 3 out of 145. It's heavy. And without much rest, I'll do some chin-ups. I'll be lucky to get 2. Ah. I wasn't lucky. All right. So now I only need one 50-pound plate out. But I'm going to do some rows in between now. Whew. So, okay, that out. What's going on here? This thing's big. Sorry for that. My parallel bars have become loose. So like they're, I don't know if you can see this, but there, it's coming loose. I'm gonna have to tighten that up. That's an accident waiting to happen. Soul Hill, how's it going? I had my heaviest lifts for tonight are behind me now. What did I do? I started my workout session by doing 35 pull-ups in one set. Then I did some back extensions. Then I did some one-arm pull-ups. Then I did some more back extensions. Then I did 50-pound weighted pull-ups, 100-pound weighted pull-ups, 150-pound weighted pull-ups, which, Then I did 2 or 3 sets of 125-pound weighted pull-ups, and now I'm going to be switching between rows and 50-pound weighted pull-ups. Going to go back and forth. So it's been a good day. Thank you. Oh, feeling good. I'm actually working out a little bit earlier than I normally would, at least for my homework, at least for my streaming. Normally when I'm streaming, um, I'll save that for the evening once I've had time to unwind from work and I got a little bit more hours to spend. Whereas if I get home and I don't have the mental energy for streaming, I might just bang out one quick hour workout and then move on with my day. This is only really my second stream this early in a while, at least in the last couple months. All right, weighted pull-up time. I like how nobody's said anything about the monkey yet. It looks like a little demon there with the light silhouetted behind it. The first lesson that came to my mind wasn't appropriate. So the lesson of the day: take care. I'm going to go generic. I'm not going to go necessarily too profound, but take care of your body. It's the only one you'll get. Your body's your sports car. You want it with a nice strong engine. You don't want to blow the engine. Good job. You're a free man for the night. I'm glad you are still here spending your freedom with me. So I'm just going to do 50 pounds now, and probably sets of 8 to 10. This feels like nothing. Like every other time I put the weight on myself, I've had to I've been gassed just holding it above my waist, like just squatting and supporting it. It's been taking my energy out of me. This feels like I can actually sit here and talk to you and not be wearing myself down. I was swaying a little bit there. I had to stop and collect myself to get rid of my sway. What was happening is my butt was hitting the bar, and my butt was hitting the bar, and I was bouncing off it. So I had to stop and then squeeze until I stopped moving. I don't want to be swinging around when I have weights on my waist, unless I'm fooling around and doing something silly like trying to do muscle ups with somebody hanging on my back. because like for props like that, I'll I'll put myself in a compromising position just for some props, just to say I've done it. Yeah, there was another streamer that I started watching a while back. I think his tag is Tucker Fitness something, and he's a professional bodybuilder. And I really enjoyed his streams because him and I, we could talk the shit and relate to each other's stories because we've both been there. I haven't necessarily competed, but I've done the training to compete. If like I was stage ready before, and it's difficult and it's a life you sign up for. But he ended up he stopped streaming fitness, and now he essentially streams mobile phone games. So I don't really have much interest in watching somebody play Call of Duty. Kyle Surf, how's it going? Oh, I've been doing pretty good. Work's been tiring, but I've been doing everything right. Eating all my meals, preparing all my meals, working out when I should be working out. It's not always easy, but there's always a sense of accomplishment once I succeed. Oh, feels like it's been a while. I hope your life has been going better than it was at the end of last month. Or even if you still have the same stuff going on, that at least you're in a better place mentally. Because the world can the world can be burning around you, but there's a big difference between maintaining like a positive mentality versus giving into despair, and it makes a big difference on even like everything, the quality of your life. It makes a difference on your own actions in response to those environmental factors. All right. Thank you for coming, Mr. Banda. Hey, no problem. In the zone. I don't have any commands set up in my Streamlabs, otherwise I could give you a shout out. But that guy there, he's another streamer. Sent him. Was it yesterday or was it the night before? I think it might have been the night before. I'm losing track of my workouts, honestly. I've been going really hard. Like Sunday, I did a 4-hour workout. I eventually stopped because I was getting cramps. I was trying to stretch, and I was bringing my arm over my head, and my tricep was just locking up, and I was like, I can't do it. Oh yeah, yeah. So I guess I was. For some reason I thought I did my arm workout 2 days ago, but life life flies when you're having fun. How are you doing tonight? All my best lifts are behind me tonight. I started off with 35 pull-ups in one set. Then I did some one-arm pull-ups. Then I did 50, then 100, then 150-pound weighted pull-ups. Then I did 2 sets of 125-pound weighted pull-ups. Then right now what I'm doing is I also did some back extensions in between all that. Right now I'm doing 50-pound weighted pull-ups, then my rows. Stream at 4 in the morning, if that's what works for you, right? Because you gotta do what you enjoy. Set yourself up on the right path by making a plan that you're going to like and that you're going to look forward to continuing, so that you show up every day. Because showing up is 90% of it. The last 10% is all just playing around with the numbers, playing around with efficiency. Oh. Yeah. I used to like doing my cardio in the morning and my weights in the evening, but these days I just like to sleep. I'll sleep as much as I can, and then I might separate my evening where I'll get home, might go on the bike for a bit, and then wind down, dim the lights, get rid of a lot of stimulus, and then sort of like wake myself back up, and then go. So this is a 50-pound plate, nothing too hard. I'm basically back up to 190 pounds myself. So what's your next workout going to be? Oh, thank you. Yeah. For me, I started streaming first and foremost because I was feeling the lockdown blues, and I was struggling to maintain that positivity and maintain the motivation to show up every day. Because for like all my social groups got shut down. I for years, as long as I've been weightlifting, I've also been doing partner dancing, and there's no more partner dancing for who knows how long. So that's a whole community that's just gone from my social life. And then, hey Echelon, how's it going? And the last community I had was my gym community, and when I lost that again, it's rough. I just wasn't enjoying my home workouts like I used to. It's like when you go to the gym, you can never go back. But not quite. But being able to stream here, have you guys here, have someone to chat with, as well as I get the music going. It's just a good time. I'm enjoying myself. I'm here. Every day's got me excited to just show up and do my best. Let's go there. I've seen a lot of progress in since January when I started streaming. I don't have access to my bread and butter, my heavy weights, so it's hard to maintain like tons of muscle mass on my body right now. But I think, I've become comfortable at the weight that I'm at, and I think I'm repping it pretty well. So I think I'm going to do one more set of 50-pound with a 50-pound plate at my waist. Then I'm going to do some drop sets where I go 100 pounds, 50 pounds body weight. I'm Kyle Surf's kryptonite. He's tried to be mine, but I got a stomach of iron. That's an insider thing, but it's all good. Yeah, this is the first workout I've been back in the living room in probably a week. I've set up actually since Sunday. Since Sunday, I've done all my workouts in my workout room, but it gets bloody hot in there. Like I'm talking, I'm sweating into the carpets. That's how bad it gets. I don't even know what the song is. Well, this is the Jonas Brothers. What a Man Gotta Do. Remind me there. So simply too deep. Give me a hint. I remember Metal Slug from back in the day. Oh yeah, yeah. And then I probably spent like 5 minutes exploring a whole bunch of different embarrassing options before really getting to the one that was necessarily along the lines of what you were having in mind. But situational, dependent, dependent. It's also dependent on who's involved and what's my relationship to them. I'm pretty prideful, and I haven't always upheld myself to that standard. So, like going forward, I always make an attempt to okay, be an adult and talk out these embarrassing situations, or like just like instead of like just take it and do it. I think, yeah. Well, it depends. If you're breaking the law, right? That's that's a different thing involved, and it depends on who's catching you. If it's some stranger, whereas if you've traumatized some kid, that's where you gotta like shake your head. Like, okay, that's not good. And at that point, you gotta do what you can not to make the situation any worse. And in a case like that, if it's a stranger, I would do what I could to not make it any more uncomfortable for that stranger, right? Because if I put them in that situation, like I might be in that situation where I'm embarrassed as all heck, but if they're right there with me, like in that like embarrassed as well, and I put us both in that situation, then I'll try to do what I can to sort of like give them an out. So like a quick like. Meanwhile, if somebody's been in your life for a while, right? Like eventually, you guys are going to catch each other at embarrassing moments one way or another. Yeah. Anyways, next set. Let's lower this. Nobody still said anything about my little friend there. But I actually like open-ended questions where it adds where there's a level of depth involved. I like considering all these different possibilities in basically everything. Where I would regularly pick, like me and my best friend would regularly pick a topic, and then we would debate it for like a week. And I'd spend like 40 hours a week researching this thing, and I think about exact like arguments, and then counter arguments to my arguments, and counter arguments back, and then and try to see things from as many point of views as I can, as opposed to right versus wrong, gray versus like white versus black, because white versus black rarely leads to progression. Like it's like we can all agree murder is bad, right? But like a lot of life isn't that simple. It's if it was simple, we would all agree by now. Ah, oh, you can see them sticking out. Well, the thing is most people, I think, would actually be more embarrassed in the in like more like actual feel embarrassed if it's just with their pants down, and then you're up right away. If you're caught completely naked before the embarrassment hits, you're more in oh fuck territory. You're like all you're thinking is noise, like white noise, just crap, 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 right? Like embarrassment is starts to settle in a little bit more exquisitely when you have like when you're there being like okay, you caught me, and now I'm here, and I'm still uncomfortable because you just saw that, and now we're in this situation. Whereas if you're naked and you're sitting there, you're more thinking, like, I'm naked. Oh my God, what do I do? And you don't have time to sit there and really squirm too much. Like you're probably gonna bolt before you ever get there. Yeah. I've uh, I've stopped filing down my calluses since I'm not partner dancing right now, and I'm not really moisturizing my hands that much either. But once I'm out and about in the world again, I'll start doing all those grooming practices. Anyways, rows. So for my next set after my rows, I am going to do some weighted pull-up drop sets. And maybe I started off my workout by doing 35 pull-ups in one set in less than a minute. I think I'm going to end my workout by seeing how many pull-ups I can do non-weighted. Thank you. I'm actually better at explaining when I'm able to take the time and then put it into text. I was probably like one of the first generation that really grew up in front of the computer, like spending most of your interactions, uh, or at least like your earliest deep talks through the medium of online text. And I can spend like nights after nights, hour after hour, just thinking about one topic very, very deeply. But I gotta be careful to do it in moderation because that wears me out pretty thin, especially if what I'm thinking about has to do with drama. I right now I want to live a drama-free life, and not necessarily like for the rest of my life, but right now I'm enjoying a life that is drama-free. And when you're like when you're just around a lot of other people, there's going to be drama, and there's not too much you can do about it. This thing is too far away from me. There we go. All right. So I'm going to take a minute, and then I'm going to do my 100-pound, 50-pound body weight drop sets. See, I'm like like where I would say it's too far is say if people are instigating or like going out of the way to make other people upset, where I might not necessarily go there. Like I might not necessarily be crass on stream, but that's a large part. That's because I'm not really, for the most part, I'm not sure of everybody who's out there watching right now. But if that's where people want to go, then I'm not really opposed to going there. One thing though is there's moderation for that as well. I remember a couple months ago, I got some comments that I was allowing too much on my stream, and there were some people that didn't really enjoy those conversations. And it wasn't so much that they didn't enjoy the conversations, it's they didn't enjoy my stream only being about that for an hour, hour and a half. I wouldn't worry about it. If anything, like you're asking, I've given my consent. If you go too far, I'll be like, okay, that's like don't start filling my chat with swear words. That's But really, I'm just happy to have people talk to me, right? Like, I got 7 viewers. I'm glad people like whoever's lurking. I'm glad I was able to be here for you to lurk to. But for me, when I'm actually having interaction, that's when I might spend more time talking with you guys and actually lifting the weights. It sort of takes my mind off everything. Whereas when chat starts to die down, that's where I just get with my thoughts. I'm thinking more about my exercises, and then I might I don't know. I might plan out my lunch for the next day while I'm at it, or I might just have a dance party. I remember one of my first leg workouts in this living room in this apartment. It was like one big dance party. It was like an hour and a half of dance party with just lifting it, like leg workouts in between. I was just dancing nonstop. I didn't have anyone chatting to me, and I was perfectly happy with that. I had great music. I had more so. I felt the music. I felt it flowing through me. All those cliches, and it was a good night. All right, so I need to get this thing set up so I can quickly take and put on, or put on and take off these weights. So I'll probably do four, and then maybe like 6. I think that's what we're planning for. 100 pounds. I'll do 2 sets of this, and then I'll start winding it down. Maybe I'll do some splits or something in between, or I mean up again. Whoops. I bolted my belt to my pants there. Oh, I kicked it. Oh, where's my strength? Oh. All right, 50 pounds now. I didn't feel my strength there. Like I didn't feel like it was readily available. Oh, my shoulders are taxed. That's what it is. Oh. Yeah, it's my shoulders that are failing me right now. It's not my lats. I'm feeling particularly in my right shoulder. I got nothing. I got nothing left in the tank, guys. All right. Ooh. What's for dinner? I got home from work. I downed a couple chicken thighs and some protein ice cream. That's what I. Uh-oh, I killed my camera. Come here, camera. Look at this pretty face. Jesus. Yeah, I'm feeling it right in my shoulder. I'm not. Come on, camera. You're missing all my dramatics. My dramatics. I feel like I lose my bloody mind every time the camera goes blurry. Oh. No, they're, from my understanding, one fix I can actually do is I can actually open this thing up. There should be some glue for the optical lens. I can break the glue seal and twist it and untwist it, like tighten it up a little bit, and that should help with the focus. So I did you got a blurry Zoidberg and a blurry not hairy gorilla. And it's gonna oh. Oh yeah, yes. For a second there, I was thinking like the situation where I was like with Zoidberg. No, you're still talking about your proposition situation of getting caught doing illicit acts somewhere that's not in your house. Yeah. Well, guys, I don't really have much left in the tank. I'm going to take off the belt. It's been about 2 hours since I started working out. Non-stop pull-ups. I'm going to do some split stuff, I think. So is this a fantasy? Is this something you've got yourself caught in before? Is this is this just a something that you've heard about and then suddenly became fascinated with the implications? Yeah, because I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very grounded right now, which is funny because all I've done so far is pick myself up. Yeah, I've I've done stuff in semi-public before, and I was young, dumb, full of yeah. It's been a good workout. Let's uh, let's stretch my hip flexors and my yeah. What's you know what something about people who overthink? Often people who overthink get a false sense of how other people think, at least when it comes to them, right? Because I know a lot of people who they'll overthink and they will take a situation where a room full of 20 people, 19 people, 19 of those people will be like, this was a good moment. This is a good experience we shared. It was funny, whatever. It was like, I like the people here. We had some good times together. Meanwhile, that one person is overthinking the moment. They're thinking like, did I say the right thing? Did I not do the same thing? How are they like? Maybe they're thinking maybe they're thinking the way I did this is a little bit awkward. But meanwhile, most people are more thinking about themselves, and if anything, they'll have those same thoughts. Like they'll think, oh, I hope you didn't think this way about me. And meanwhile, you're thinking, oh, I hope you didn't think this way about me. Or this person probably thinks this. This person probably thinks this. Meanwhile, everybody's too busy with their own thoughts. At least that's my experience. I'm gonna grab my water bottle for support here. Semi-public. Um, it wasn't public, but to get caught, there would be pretty much enough advance notice to like still be sort of compromised, but like like in an area where only we're in there right now, but we're not the only people that have access to it. But um, like nobody's gonna really walk up without us seeing them coming. Now I was dating a Japanese woman for 8 years, and she let me get away with a little bit too much sometimes. Never would say no. But I was a very different person back then too. For a good 8 years, our lives basically revolved around each other, where now I don't really want like a dependent or codependent relationship. I want more like equal partnership. Oh, ah, yeah. I think I'm done lifting things for today. I'm actually a little bit bothered about my farmer's tan. I I rue the day I got it. Thank you, Zella, zealous style. The Zealous, Zell S style. Did I say that right? You caught me at the end of my workout here. I did 2 hours of essentially picking myself up off the ground, and I have been neglecting my splits training. Um, um, about a month before, like I've been in this apartment since June 1st, and about a month, uh, so like beginning of May, I injured my hip flexor, or not I injured my hip joint and my SI joint, and I stopped training for the splits, and I've always been meaning to get back into it, but there's so many other things I'm working on that I just keep forgetting about it. Oh, well, I don't think I can either, but I'm going to get there. I, I have made a lot of improvements. Um, when you do the side splits, for me that one's where the pain comes in. So for the front splits, I can what's actually holding me back is my hip flexor. My hip flexor's not letting go, and so it's holding me up above the ground. But this gets a little painful, but it's tolerable. The side splits are just it becomes how much pain can you tolerate, and it becomes a point where it gets unbearable. So even it's tolerable for like a couple minutes, and then it just becomes like the worst. So how are you doing tonight? I want to finish my workout by doing as many body weight pull-ups as I have left in the tank because I started my workout today with 35 pull-ups in one set. Yeah, there's a lot of boredom going around these days. Everybody is a little bit more isolated in their own environments. Thank you. I'm 190 pounds. Today I went up to 150-pound weighted pull-up. This is actually the least amount of muscle I've kept on myself in several years. But without access to a gym, it's actually a lot harder to maintain a lot of muscle mass. Yeah. Well, a lot of It's like different. It's the proportions that make you look big, right? So you get a wide back. The thinner your waist is, the bigger you actually look. So yeah, the hardest part about for me maintaining 220 or 230 plus uh, body weight, being like sub 10% body fat, is the eating. For 3 years, I was eating 5 to 6,000 calories a day, and it's tough. Where I would eat my last meal after midnight, go to bed, wake up at 5:30 in the morning just to eat again, but I'd wake up still full, and I will never forget those days. Yeah, well, it's about you got to be consistent with it, and you have to have control over what you're eating. If you want a bigger back, it just comes down to how much volume of hypertrophy that you can put your lats through. So for myself, when I wanted the V, I went out. It took me 3 months to get a really nice V, and I was training my back 2-3 times a week. Like I would train it 2 times one week, 3 times the next week, 2 times, 3 times, maybe 3 times twice in a row. Um, but I was having sets to failure, um, and the stronger you get, the more effort you have to put in order to actually achieve hypertrophy. Like you just got to keep trying harder, and as much volume as you get in is that's going to dictate how big you grow, and how much volume you get put in is determined by how well you are recovering. If you're not recovering, you're not going to get hypertrophy in anymore. Yeah, like the science is, if you want something to grow as efficiently as possible, you got to train it 2 to 3 times a week. And then whether it's 2 or whether it's 3 times, science doesn't really have an answer for that because it comes down to recovery. So if you're training, if you're training so hard that you're still sore like 3 days later, and you can only train twice a week, then you're training twice a week. Whereas if you're training, you train, and as soon as your muscles recover, you train again. As soon as your muscles recover, you break them down again. You keep breaking down the muscle tissue every time it builds itself back up. And if that happens to work out 3 times a week, great. If that happens to work out 2 times a week, that's just as good, as long as you're you're doing it right after you recover. And it's tough, right? Because like you can, it's really hard to do that for every muscle group. For myself, I would focus on one specific muscle, or maybe two. I focus on back and legs, and then maybe okay. So this month, I'm going to focus more on my chest, and so I get a lot of like 2-3 times a week working out my chest. No problem. I'm glad to chat with you here while I sort of cool down and build up the nerve to do my last set. What I've got going on right now is my shoulders are very fatigued. I've had quite heavy shoulder workouts, and they're very taxed since Sunday. Flex. I can I can go back. Well, it takes time. For myself, it took 4 years to get to my peak fitness. So I have been I've been at or near my peak before, and it took me 4 years. And you don't grow linearly, or you don't grow linearly. You gain probably like 40%. If you're doing everything as efficiently as possible, you'll gain about 40% of your maximum potential in like a year. And then after 2 years, you might have like 60%, like 75%. After 3 years, you might be at like 85%. And then 4 years, you can get to like 95. Like it doesn't like it. I don't have those numbers exactly right because I just don't remember. I just remember what the graph looks like. But for me, it took me 4 years. I was a maniac. Like I was completely focused. I never cheated on my diet. I trained. Like I didn't start training every day. I worked myself up. I started doing arm days every day because I just had a pair of dumbbells at home. Then I went to the gym and I learned a little bit more about what I'm supposed to be doing. And I started training 3 days a week and 3 days a week hard. And then 3 days straight hard. And then I take like 2 days break, 3 days on really hard. And then I started training 4 days straight, take 2 days break, go hard. And then eventually I worked my training pattern was 5 days on, 1 day off, 5 days on, 1 day off. And I did that for 3 years plus of doing 5 days on, 1 day off. And even like at the place I'm at in my life now, it would be a lot harder for me to be that motivated. It's Good morning, Lisa. How's it going? I'm 34 years old. Actually, not yet. I'm 34 in less than a month. So maybe 3 weeks I'll be 34. But anyways, so 4 years I was at my peak. Then I caught Lyme disease, and I went right to ground zero, and I had to work myself up again. So like I've gone through several phases where I've lost most of my muscle and rebuild myself up. I've tried different things. I enjoy using my own body as a science experiment where I will keep all my factors the same, change one factor, see what happens to my body. Like I'll physically watch what happens. Like with my diet, I'll keep my diet exactly the same for a month at a time, or like months at a time, and then switch one thing out, and then see what happens a month later. I've done bodybuilding, powerlifting, Olympic lifting, and in the end, I gravitated towards a hybrid between bodybuilding and strength training. Hey, Lisa, yeah, you're the first person who's commented on the monkey. I've had that guy for a long time. I have a dog, a stuffed dog, not a live one, but it's a wishing dog that I got when I was maybe like 9 years old, and I went to the hospital for surgery. I almost died on the surgery table, but then after I was given this dog at the hospital, um, that it has like it has like floppy cheeks, and when you sleep, you put the cheeks up and it growls, and that's supposed to chase the bad dreams away. And then after you put it down, and it's just a little dog. And then when you go sleep, you pull the cheeks up, it's growling, it's chasing away the bad dreams. So I've had that guy since I was like 9 years old. I have a little cat it's its compadre. It's just and I got my monkey. So I I've moved, and now I like it. Like stuff like this makes this home. This makes like I like random, eccentric, like just stuff like that. I have a knickknack shelf, which has now become a knickknack box because I haven't taken it out yet. Yeah, but for myself, I actually never started lifting weights until I was 24. So I'll show you what I look like at 24 because I have the image saved here. Oh, where'd it go? There it goes. This is me at 24. And that's my Japanese girlfriend in the yellow at the time. But now let me get rid of this. There we go. Yeah, and really, I went from 140, 145 pounds to 180 pounds in my first year. I wasn't necessarily super lean either, but I started off what every other guy does. I became a twig with arms. I was still as skinny as I used to be so skinny I could fit my arms, I fit my hands around my stomach. Like I could suck in and I could touch my fingers together. But then I became a twig with arms. Then I saw like, oh, that the V looks really good. I want that. So I went out and I got it. But you ended up catching me at the end of my workout here, Lisa. I'm gonna do one more set of body weight pull-ups. I think I've waited long enough. So, but yeah, like I was that skinny, and to grow, I just had to eat. And a lot of people think that they eat a lot, but unless like most people actually aren't. Like people are skinny just because they don't eat very much compared to somebody who's not. That's just laws of thermodynamics. And it's not necessarily the volume of food you eat, it's how much energy is in the food you eat, and it's calories. And if you gain weight too fast, you can gain a little bit of muscle, but you're going to gain more fat. You want to gain weight slowly at a time, but if you're hungry, just eat. If you're training, if you haven't really trained hard for a long period of time, start training hard for a long period of time. When you're hungry, just eat. I'll do another, I'll pull this for you again. Oh, I don't think my camera liked that. It's gone blurry on me. All right, camera, be good. Whenever it does this, it'll go really close. That's my, yeah. Oh, it's I had like before I started, I had the air conditioner on. I had nice and cool in here. As soon as I started working out, I am a heat box. I've heated up the whole apartment with my own body right now. I have a workout room that I've been using, except this rack doesn't quite fit in there comfortably. So I'm going to be having my leg and my back workouts out here in the living room. But the first workout I had, I literally I closed myself in a little box, and I was sweating so much, my carpet was damp. I ended up having a 4-hour stream that I had to stop because my tricep was cramping up. I actually had to stop because I couldn't even stretch. As soon as I straightened my arm, it was just cramping up. And all right, next set. I started my workout with 35 pull-ups. I'm going to do as many as I can right now. What's going to fatigue first is my shoulders. I can feel my shoulders are a little bit tired, but I'm going to do my best. I'm just going to go. I'm probably going to use a little bit of momentum to start, just trying to get in a higher number, just for a little bit of an ego boost. So. Oh, this thing's all slimy from my. Ah! 25. Oh. Ah, I'm a civil engineer. Oh, I before 2018, I used to do a lot of field work. So 2018, before that, I would half my work would be in the field, half of it would be in the office. So I would like go out to a site in a week, and I would be running around, very physical, and then I'd get back to the office. I spent a week writing reports, doing the analysis. 2018, I herniated my disc and I tore my glute on the job while I was working, and I've been in the office 95% of the time since. So I will occasionally go out, but like I used to go out and drill holes by hand, like 10 feet down into the ground to grab soil samples. I used to do a lot of surveying, so I'd grab a survey rod, run around, and I would spend like 12, 14 hours one day on my feet running around, get home, still do my workout. Oh, yeah, I feel that in my biceps. Oh. Oh. Yeah, if I had a choice, I would be a back with legs. Right now, my legs are actually pretty strong, but they're not shaped how I'd like them. I lost almost all my leg definition in 2018 because of I tore my glute, I got hip bursitis, I herniated my disc, and it wasn't until like 2020 that like 2019, I would train my legs only with isolation exercises, and there's only so much that you can do, and I also couldn't go very heavy. Um, so 2020 is when I started working on my legs again, training them once, twice a week, and once the injury was gone, I was very quickly improving every week. But I don't have access to a gym right now. I have a squat rack. I have a quad, hamstring, and glute machines. I'm not a fitness coach. I have trained people before. Um, for myself, if I'm going to train somebody, I want them to be right there in front of me where I can see exactly what's going on. And otherwise, I'll give generic advice. But for specific advice, I want to see exactly what's going on with you. I want to see what, like, even when I tell you something, I want to see how you understand it. I want to see like how like what's going on with your joints. I don't want to do something where it's going to be destructive on your joints. I want to make sure you're protecting yourself. I want to make sure you're squeezing from the right places. I want to make sure that you're understanding what you're doing. Um, but for myself, this is what I'm interested in. I spend my free time reading scientific studies for fitness. There's a couple journals I've signed up for where like new studies come out. I'm reading them. I spend a lot of time watching, like if I'm watching YouTube, half the time I'm watching fitness related stuff. Yeah, like for myself, I've been huge, but I've always had a focus on my shape. Um, like I said, using my own body as a science experiment, where sometimes if you want to become the like do the heaviest bench, like if you want to like break records for how much you can bench, you're not going to be worried about what a lot of things look like. Your workouts is tailored for a purpose, and your body gets sculpted for that bench press, right? So there's people who want to perform as opposed to like for myself, I'm never really competing against anybody, and I want to just be able to do anything. I don't necessarily want to be the best at anything. Um, like anytime you're competing professionally or whatnot, you're always against people who are essentially having unfair advantages over you if you're natural. And but for myself, I just want to be able to participate. I want to like a bunch of group of friends like, hey, you want to come play football with us? I want to be able to like, great, I'm gonna go play football, and I'm gonna be at the top level of the people that are there, but it's gonna be friendly, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun. Same thing with like, hey, you want to go for a run? Okay, let's go for a run. A lot of people like they put on the size, but they can't run. Specifically, especially since even myself at 190 pounds, my joints take a lot more beating when I run than they did when I was 145 pounds. Like every time I'm landing with like 3-4 times more force on my joints than my body weight. Well, see, Arnold himself, he had the classic physique. Nowadays, and when Arnold was training, he would get his steroids, like he would get a steroid prescription from the doctor. He'd give him a clinical dose of steroids, and that's all he got. Whereas nowadays, people are pumping themselves up with like you can get it shipped to your door as much as you want, and you get these mass monsters, these guys who are like 3 times as big as Arnold ever was, but they'll have like these huge guts on them that stick out. And they'll be able to suck it in so it doesn't look that bad from the front. But as soon as they relax, it's just like you see nothing but gut. Like it's like literally a gut. Like I am 5'11", 190 pounds. Last I measured myself, I was at 11% body fat. I figure I'm still around there. But I'm winding down for the night. Oh, I just moved last month. So from a Thursday to a Monday, I dropped 8 pounds from moving. I was lifting weights in the evenings for 2 to 3 hours a night, and I was streaming every night, and I was getting nostalgic every night because I'm like, oh, this is my last back workout in my apartment. This is my last chest workout in my apartment. This is my last leg workout in my apartment. And I was lifting weights for 2 to 3 hours a night, and I was moving for 14 hours a day. So I would, and moving and cleaning. So like I had a lot of people ask me, hey, why do you lift weights if you've been moving all day? And it's like, well, that didn't build any muscle. That was essentially cardio. That was just moving my body, and my body was giving off of water. Like when I'm cleaning, I'm doing this, but I'm not getting any real muscle hypertrophy. I'm just getting a sore back because I'm constantly holding things and bracing it, walking up and down 3 flights of stairs. But that even then, that like for the amount of muscle I have, that's not going to build me anymore. So for me, that was all cardio. Yeah, 5'11". Yeah, I'm proud of what I did today. I did a lot of pulling exercises. It's been a good night. I'm gonna find somebody to raid though. See if there's anybody that I know who's on, so I can sort of move on with my night. Have a shower, sort of relax. Okay, so this woman's on my main page here. So she doesn't need my viewers, but she's got good content, so I'll send you her way. All right. Thank you, everybody. I enjoyed being able to chat with you guys tonight. Sorry I couldn't stick around for much longer there, Lisa. Just caught you, but I'm glad we were able to say hi. Also, Julianne, thanks for dropping by. And everybody for joining me on my journey here. Today was a good day. Have a good night, everybody.